When you listen closely to people who've built real wealth, you start to notice a pattern. It's not about luck, it's not about timing, and it's rarely about working harder. When millionaires talk about starting over in 2026, they usually say the same thing. They would focus on one skill, not many skills, just one. And that skill isn't what most people expect. It isn't coding, it isn't investing, it isn't grinding longer hours. The skill that changed everything is leverage. Leverage is simply the ability to create results without directly trading more time for them. At some point, every millionaire reaches a moment of clarity. They realize that effort alone doesn't scale. More hours don't equal more freedom. So their thinking shifts. They stop asking, "How do I do more?" and start asking, "How do I make this repeatable?" That question becomes a turning point. In 2026, leverage will show up in three main ways. The first is systems. Millionaires don't rely on motivation. They build simple systems that reduce decisions and create consistency. A system might be a sales process, a content workflow, an automated follow-up, or a routine that removes friction from daily work. Once the system is in place, results no longer depend on willpower. The second form of leverage is skills, not random skills, not trends. Skills that create outcomes. Sales, clear communication, automation, content systems, problem solving. These skills travel well. They work across industries, and they grow more valuable over time. That's why people with real leverage stay calm during change. They know their skill will still be useful. The third form of leverage is people. Millionaires don't try to do everything themselves. They understand that progress accelerates when responsibility is shared. At first, this might mean outsourcing small tasks. Later, it becomes building teams or partnerships, but none of that comes first. It all begins with one skill that creates value. Here's something most people don't hear enough. Leverage starts quietly. Every millionaire once did things manually. They answered messages themselves. They repeated tasks. They learned through experience. But eventually, they noticed patterns. They saw what kept working. And instead of repeating effort, they simplified it. They turned actions into systems. They reduced complexity. That's the moment progress begins to compound. In 2026, many people will try to learn everything at once. They'll chase multiple skills, ideas, and opportunities. Millionaires do the opposite. They choose one problem, one group of people, and one skill that solves it well. They go deeper, not wider. Focus creates clarity. Clarity creates systems. Systems create leverage, and leverage creates freedom. This is why people with real leverage don't panic about the future. They don't rely on trends, they don't rely on platforms, they rely on skills that compound. If one opportunity fades, they apply the skill somewhere else. The skill stays valuable. So if you're thinking about 2026, don't ask what the fastest way to make money is. Ask this instead: what skill can I master that will still matter in 5 years? What problem can I solve in a simple, repeatable way? And how can I build a system around that skill? That's how millionaires think. They don't chase income, they build leverage. And once you understand that, everything starts to feel clearer. Follow this channel if you want to learn the skills and systems that quietly change everything.